get onto the wall a little earlier.
Hello everyone, in this video we're going to be trying to improve the grip with the stock tires on the Element Zuul. In my personal opinion, I definitely think they're lacking a bit of grip and they don't conform to the rocks as well as they could. So we're going to go over two different ways on how you can improve the tire grip in this video. And after those upgrades, I want to go back to this exact same crawl and see if we can do it next time.
Nope.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be upgrading the tires on the Element Zuul. These are the General Grabber 4.19 size tires, and the way we're going to upgrade those tires is with the Endura silicone inserts. These are made for 4.19 size tires, and we're also going to be venting the tires. Along with that, we're going to install this Power HD 25 kg servo. Just finished rebuilding that on my latest video. And one last thing we're gonna install in this video is some 8mm brass hexes. The stock hexes on the Zuul are plastic and they're only 6mm, so we're gonna widen that stance, which will increase side hilling ability. Also add that down low weight with a little bit of extra brass. Also, the silicone inserts outweigh the stock foams, so we'll get a little bit more down low weight there as well. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, let's get one of these tires off. Just a quick 6 screws at the back of the wheel, have everything pulled apart. We'll get that stock foam out of there. And we'll grab the leather punch and vent these tires before we put the silicone insert in there. Back out, pull the face out, get the inner clamp ring out. There's the stock foam, and we're going to vent the sidewall of the tire. Since the silicone inserts have this design, we're not going to vent the tread, we'll vent the sidewall. It's the same thing I do with 3D printed inserts. So if that makes sense, instead of venting the tread, where this can kind of seal that, since it'll push right up against the tread, we're going to vent on the sidewall, and then we'll just have to make sure we run the tire with the holes on the inside, if that all makes sense, hopefully. And I will show you what I'm talking about. So, just pick whichever side, pop a hole there, 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, just 2 holes is usually fine, that's all I do. And get that insert in there. Instead of venting the tread, like I said, which would kind of create a seal, an airtight seal sometimes. Get the inner clamp ring back in there. Make sure it lines up on the insert evenly. And then the holes will go to the inside, so the face of the wheel without the holes. Everything seems to be fitting fine. It's awesome that Endura made inserts for this size tire, because they're actually working pretty decently before I even vented them, and on stock foams. So really hoping to get more out of the stock tire. I'm gonna give these a chance and run the Zuul with a smaller tire. And they look really good too. This afternoon I had them on the backyard rocks and I was just running a battery through them to break the tires in more. Just let the tires spin on the rocks when it's searching for grip, and these tires definitely need some breaking in. There's a lot of tread on them. Unlike ruptures, they just grip instantly without being broken in. They grip really well brand new. But tires do get better and better, breaking them in more and more. Alright, we almost have the one done. I'll do the other three off camera, not to waste any more time. They vent and squish very nicely. Love the look of trio wheels. Alright, I will get back to you guys after I finish the other three. Oh, right, the brass hexes. Might as well put that on. Pull the plastic one off. I don't really need to demonstrate how to put on hexes. Just slip them on. These ones have grub screws to tighten them down, unlike the plastic ones that just slide on and snap on. Give it that extra width like I mentioned earlier. Increase that side hilling ability. Bit of a tongue twister. Side hilling ability. Alright, I'll get back to you guys when I finish those other tires. Alright guys, all four inserts are installed in the tires. I already unbolted the 4 screws that go to the servo. I unplugged the servo from the receiver and also pulled it off of the servo. So I wanted to show you guys the quick way to remove the servo horn screw for the IFS without taking off the skid plate as well. So you turn the wheels all the way to the driver's side, and that'll give you enough room to get your 2mm driver into this slot on the skid plate. There's just enough room there. Get your driver in, undo that screw for the servo horn, and if you undo the 4 screws and unplug everything first, it'll just come right out. And Element actually supplied a aluminum servo horn with this one, so that's definitely worth keeping. The servo too, I guess, if this is going to go into a 2-speed operation or something like that. I have a Vanquish Phoenix that needs a servo for one of the selectable overdrive features, so that could be useful for that, and already has a metal servo horn. Alright, I wanted to go over this as well. Before you install your new servo, you're going to want to plug it into the receiver. And you want the servo horn to be aligned towards you, with the horn side being as close to you as possible. That's the way this is orientated on this vehicle. We'll plug that in. I already have a battery plugged in. Turn the controller on. I already turned down the endpoint adjustments. I turned them down to 70%, just so it doesn't swing one way or the other too much. And then I also turned down the trim to 0%. So we'll go ahead and turn this on. And the servo barely moved, so servo horn barely moved. So we'll just install it like that and dial it in with the trim after. And I think this might be easier to get the servo screw in, the servo horn screw in first before you put in the other 4 screws, so you can move the servo back and forth if you need to. We'll get a dab of Loctite on that screw. Actually, before I forget, I'm going to install the screw there as well. Definitely need one there. So, just take the screw from the Element servo, the reedy servo. I've already used Loctite on that, so I'm fine with just putting that in. Alright. I already put Loctite. Turn the truck off for now, so it doesn't fly off the bench. There we go. Move that servo horn over to where we need it. Turn the tires. I'm gonna try and cheat without taking the skid plate off here. There we go. Thread that in, nice and tight. Then turn the truck on again. There we go. Get these 4 screws back into place. And we'll have ourselves a nice rebuilt servo for the Zuul. If you want to check out my video on why I vent the tires the way I do, I have a quick 10-minute video on how I install or how I vent tires for crawler tires. I vent the tires a different way for 3D printed foams or inserts compared to regular inserts or dual stage inserts, foams, whatever. I'm getting mixed up here. Okay, all 4 screws are in. Make sure they're in there nice and tight. Keep them all turn. to reverse the servo so it's turning the right way for me now. Also wanted to show you guys how to calibrate the Hobbywing Fusion quickly, because that's an important thing you want to do when you install a Fusion. It is okay to just install and run the truck as is and reverse the throttle if you need to in the program card, but it is always best to calibrate, and it doesn't take long to calibrate the Fusion at all. I'll show you guys right now. So you have your controller on, it's already binded to the receiver of your truck, and you have your Fusion installed. What you're going to want to do is just hold the on button until it flashes and beeps. Let go, and then without touching the controller, tap the button once. That sets your neutral. Then you're going to want to hold it down for full throttle, tap it again, it'll go twice, it'll beep twice, and then go into full reverse, tap it again, and that's all you need to calibrate. Going the right direction. I don't have to reverse anything on my remote or in the program card, and it's going to function properly at its best when it's calibrated. Just wanted to go over that quickly for you guys. And with that, I'm going to wrap this video up. I'll clean the wires up and get this all installed properly. I'm going to waste more of your time. Okay, you guys take it easy. If you like this video, if it was useful for you at all, go ahead and drop a like click. Also consider subscribing if you aren't already, and I'll see you guys on the next one.